Most people have no idea of what's required in terms of information as they come into a facility. Most of the time somebody's thrust into this situation, everything's going normally for mom and dad, and something happens maybe at home. Maybe there's a slip and fall where they're injured, where they fall on the ice, something like that. So you go from everything being normal, you're in the office working or whatever, and you get that proverbial call. You never know what's going to happen, and you have to be prepared for that kind of thing well in advance, because it makes things go smoother in the event that you run into a situation where you're thrust, where all these information requirements are coming at you, and a lot of times you have no idea what that is. Let's look at examples of what these things are. First of all, kind of legal power of attorney and healthcare proxy are two things that you really should consider getting above all else. It gives you the ability to make healthcare decisions, and it gives you the ability to legally sign paperwork and make decisions for somebody from a legal perspective, a business perspective, if somebody's incapacitated and unable to answer for themselves. So those are two legal terms that are very important, and I would seek out legal advice and try to understand that from your lawyer's perspective, or go on the internet and just at least get some information on what that's all about and what that allows you to do. As you go through your hospital course, or your loved one goes through their hospital course, there will come a time where a social work person or a business person will come into the room with some paperwork and ask you inevitably to fill out some financial information. Whether it's you going home with home care, there's going to be information needed in addition to what you gave at the admission desk about coverages, insurance coverages, that kind of thing. You'll be told things about deductible and other kind of payments that need to be made. Certainly if you have to go to a lower level of care and recuperate in a skilled nursing facility or some other facility, there will be a financial kind of form that you have to fill out. But basically you'll have to have some idea of what the financial capacity and what the financial resources are of that person seeking care as they leave the hospital and seek to go to a different place for rehabilitation or constant nursing care. It's really important that you have that information, and don't deny that information to the hospital, because if you do, it will really limit your choices on where you might be able to go as you leave the hospital. So you might feel that these things are an invasion of your privacy and that you have no need to disclose this information with these healthcare people. At the end of the day, you really have to make that decision for yourself, but I'd advise you to go ahead. It's all confidential information. It's not wide open. It's not like they're putting it out on the internet for everybody to see. But you really need to have that information disclosed so that the hospital can do a decent job of putting your case out there and soliciting other institutions, other helpers to come in and get you to the next step in your recovery.